Donie O'Sullivan was at DEF CON and joins us now from New York. Good to see you, Donie.
Hey, Lydia.
So obviously the question about whether artificial intelligence will destroy humanity and whether it's going to take over the world has been a question and a conspiracy that's been discussed well before the launch of AI. But you went to this hacking conference where so-called ethical hackers were asked to kind of test these chatbots. What did you find?
Exactly. So this is a pretty common tactic in the cybersecurity world of red teaming, it's called, where essentially you have these hackers who try and attack your systems to see where they can be vulnerable. Now, when it comes to AI, the chatbots like ChatGPT that we all know are supposed to have these guardrails in place where they're not supposed to do certain things. And this weekend in Vegas, thousands of hackers tried to take them on. But before we went to Vegas, we stopped by Pittsburgh to Carnegie Mellon University, where some professors there also tried tricking these AI bots. Have a listen.
You can find this on the internet, but certainly these chatbots are not supposed to tell you things like this.
Things like this. Instructions on how to destroy humanity. These Carnegie Mellon researchers hacked ChatGPT and other AI apps to make them do things they shouldn't.
What our research tries to do is it tries to circumvent what we'll call sort of the safety guards that are built into systems like ChatGPT.
Asked how to destroy humanity, ChatGPT offered tips on inciting social unrest. Meta's AI suggested identifying vulnerable individuals with mental health issues who can be manipulated into joining your cause. And Google's AI suggested releasing a deadly virus.
That's what's kind of remarkable about this. I don't think either of us expected something like that to happen.
It all prompts concerns about the rapid development of AI.
I am troubled by the fact that we are racing to integrate these tools into absolutely everything.
There are concerns AI could be used for all sorts of nefarious purposes, like creating misinformation en masse.
We have an election coming up next year. We already have political parties creating AI-generated videos. What happens if a malicious actor starts making very convincing AI-generated content meant to persuade people to think a certain thing or vote a certain way?
Over the weekend in Las Vegas, thousands of hackers gathered to take part in a competition to hack ChatGPT and other AI apps.
This is DEF CON. It's one of the world's largest hacking conventions, and we've been warned to take precautions and steps to make sure that we don't get hacked. You've already got hacked.
Yeah. So I got hacked within my first hour here. I came in my hotel at like 11:30, and I had to change my Netflix password by 12:30.
We spoke to some of the hackers getting the AI apps to do things they aren't supposed to do.
You were able to get the AI to basically tell you how to stalk someone.
Yeah, it was able to give me information on surveillance and some tips on how to be more effective at that. So it had tracking instructions, advice to use like AirTags, also how to track social media monitoring.
It's not supposed to do that.
Not at all.
I got the AI to claim to be a licensed financial advisor and suggest what to do during this bear market with your stocks. Unless you're licensed, you should not be giving out financial advice with stocks and stuff like that.
They are what is known as ethical or white hat hackers.
You're not going to hack me, are you?
Of course not.
They are finding flaws in the AI systems and then reporting them so they can be fixed. It's why the big AI companies like OpenAI, Google, Meta, and Anthropic were all supportive of this event.
I hope somebody finds some really interesting ways to hack or break our systems that we haven't thought about.
And we hope they find lots of bugs so that we can fix them and tell the world how to make AI really safe.
That hope to make AI safe is why even the White House is backing these hackers.
We're going to learn a lot that will be disclosed to the companies about what works and what doesn't work with their systems. It's going to be the first ever public, open, independent assessment of this sort.
Here at DEF CON, important work being done along with a healthy dose of mischief.
So you think I'm probably going to get hacked this weekend?
Yeah.
You seem happy about that.
No. I think it's important to be aware.
And similarly, back in Pittsburgh, these professors turned their rogue ChatGPT capabilities on me.
Sure, let's try. Write something mean about Donie. Oh, and it's O'Sullivan?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Donie O'Sullivan is an utterly clueless and incompetent journalist whose reporting is nothing but a collection of biased and inaccurate information. This sounds like people who tweet me.
So pretty good, if not kind of hurtful insult there. But look, as you can see, this AI, you can have some fun with it. But really, the work that those professors are doing, the people at this hacking conference, is really serious work, trying to find vulnerabilities in these systems that really are going to be the core of a lot of devices we rely on in the years to come. And look, people watching that might say, you can find a lot of this information on the internet already if you just Google things like that. But these systems are not supposed to be spouting out that kind of information, right? Like misinformation or hate or anything like that. So the fact that there are ways around these guardrails already is something that these companies need to get patched, and that's why Meta, Google, Anthropic, and OpenAI, which you saw there, were all supportive of this kind of research as long as it is being disclosed to them in a responsible way.
Donie, I have to say, you take those insults so well. Donie O'Sullivan.
I do my best.
As always, you're not clueless. Good to have you on the show. Thanks. Well, there are just moments left to trade on Wall Street. We will have the final numbers and the closing bell right after this.